Kia ora. Welcome to Purple Magnolia Cottage. I thought today I would give being in front of the camera a go, which feels a little bit weird. I'm not super comfortable with it, but giving it a go nonetheless. I do really like that sort of chattiness that comes with a vlog style kind of video. So it's been a really busy couple of weeks, probably closer to a month since I posted the first video, and it's been busy for a lot of reasons. I've had a lot on at work, and so that's just been taking a lot of my energy, both creative and just everyday energy, and so it hasn't left me with a lot of time for doing kind of other creative things. But it's school holidays now, so I'm really excited about that. I can actually stop and just spend some time doing some of the other things I love, including making some more videos. So expect to see more regular content coming your way. Today's video is about walking in spring, and it wasn't really the video I ever kind of intended to make, but when I looked back at the footage I'd taken over the past few weeks, actually most of it was going out for walks and enjoying the spring weather, which has been really, really nice, even if it's been a little bit tempestuous and you can't see it out this window. It's like the beginning of a storm. I think we're going to have lots of rain later on tonight. So I thought I would take a little moment to introduce myself a bit better, since this is actually the first time I've been properly in front of the camera. I am a teacher and I work 4 days teaching. I teach 11, 12 and 13-year-olds. And then I also have a business which is a dance school, and that takes a lot of my evenings, and theoretically also my 5th day is kind of like my admin in the office day. And those things are really important to me. I grew up in a really creative household. My mum was always making stuff. My dad too, actually. My parents are like the most insane DIYers. It's just incredible what they can do. And so I really like teaching because it does allow for so much creativity, especially in the awesome school that I teach in. But also, of course, dance is such a creative endeavour and such a creative pursuit. And so I love that, and I love kind of the planning of the business. But both of those to me are also work, and it's not creativity just for creativity's sake. And I really felt like I was missing that. So over lockdown, I got a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. Yay, Zoom. And so I thought I would use that and see if I could extend my interest in photography and storytelling into a new medium. So hence the vlog, hence the YouTube channel. And in lots of ways, I hope that it's just going to be a continuation of my previous blog that I've written and still write, and I will link that down below. So go and check that out. You'll find heaps of our backstory there, as well as kind of a lot of little guides and things that we've written over the time. And I say we because my wife and I actually both have written to that blog. She goes by S on that. I go by Bree, my full name, and you might see us refer to our son T. He is nearly 7. So yeah, we live in suburban Wellington in New Zealand, and we have a little 90 square metre cottage, a little white cottage under the pine trees, and we have quite a big section. It's a 50 square metre it's a 500 square metre section, and we're trying to kind of use urban homesteading principles on that. Of course, I work a lot, and my wife is responsible for homeschooling our son, so sometimes the time to do that is considerably less than we'd like, but we have bits and pieces of that urban homestead kind of feel happening, and I hope to share more of that with you on this channel. And I also hope to share more of what homeschooling looks like for us on this channel as well. None of those are going to be the focus in particular. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this yet. I just want to share the things that I love, and really what's important to me is sharing that, getting back in touch with the seasons and back in touch with nature, and spending time connected to the cycles and the rhythms of the earth and the rhythms of our land, and letting those come in and kind of influence the rhythms of our days. So that's what I hope to share a lot of with you on this vlog. The first walk that I took you on was to a place called Battle Hill. It is a working farm but also a regional park, and it's got a lot of beautiful walks. There is one in particular that goes up through native bush and alongside a stream that runs through the park, which I really, really love. For me, spending time around water is always a really relaxing, really grounding kind of thing. And so it was nice to get out and go for a little bit of a walk and kind of see that greenery and see that new life and see the water. One of the things we love about this park too is that it has a really beautiful camping area. We're not big campers, but it also has these big kind of flat concrete pads where you can have a bonfire. And that's so much fun to go out and have that experience and light the bonfire and, you know, cook sausages over it and roast marshmallows, of course. And we didn't get to do that this time, we were just there for a walk, but hopefully if the weather holds we will be going out and celebrating spring equinox out there with some friends and doing just that with a bonfire. So we were supposed to be doing that tomorrow, but since a storm is blowing in, that's not going to happen. But fingers crossed we get there next weekend. I hope you enjoyed the little walk through the Botanic Gardens, which is what you just saw. It's a lovely place to get out and walk. Not somewhere I've been to a lot recently, and so it was nice to go and see all of the spring kind of cultivation, because obviously it is a very cultivated garden, very different to the wildness of Battle Hill. But I just love seeing all those flowers and all the spring colour starting to emerge, and of course the magnolia trees, and there are so many of them in our Botanic Gardens. They are naturally quite a big highlight for me and one of my favourite trees. The next walk I'm going to take you on is a walk through Zealandia, which is an eco-sanctuary, and it is an inland bird sanctuary, so fully fenced with massive tall fences, and it is home to all sorts of different bird species, and as well as that it has some beautiful, beautiful walks. And so we have a membership because my son is an epic bird nerd, and we like to go and get out there and walk. And I don't get there very often because I am working a lot, but my wife and son get there a lot more often. So the walk, you'll see, it just takes us through the bush, and there are some quite dense patches. And one of the things that I always find really interesting about this time of year is the quality of light in the bush. And when you're quite deep and dense into the forest, and it's between two big hills on either side, so you're kind of in a valley, it's actually quite dark, and the light and the colours are quite different, quite atmospheric almost, to walk through and to walk around in the bush. Then on the walk we head up and through the viaduct up the top, which has really beautiful views down across the valley. So just a lovely place to get out to. We didn't really see any native birds. We heard some, but didn't manage to catch any on camera, unfortunately. So I hope you enjoy the last walk, and I'll see you in a bit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed coming on a few little walks with me. I hope to get up some more content really soon, and kind of get a bit of a regular pattern of posting happening. And being that it's school holidays, I've got some big creative projects planned, and I want to bring you along with them so you can see what it is I'm up to in my creativity, but also what it is that we're up to as we transition into more spring-like weather. I'd love to share a little bit of that with you. And I can see the sun's just starting to poke through the clouds out here, which is really lovely. And it's probably a great cue for me to say, see you later. If you like what you saw, feel free to like. I think it's down this side. Maybe it's this side. I think it's this side. Feel free to like and click subscribe, so you can see more content and follow along with more of our journey.